of the allegation. ICE agents using a 5-year-old as bait to capture others. Let me give you the background. ICE agents took a 5-year-old child as he and his father were returning home from preschool to use him as bait to find more immigrants, according to the allegation that is before them. I'm going to provide some detail and updates to this story. This is a 5-year-old, Liam Ramos. Liam, whose father was taken right in front of him, ICE agents proceeded to use him as bait to lure more immigrants to detain them for the purposes of detaining them. Liam and his father had just arrived home when they were detained, according to Zena Stenvik, the superintendent, who says she drove to the home when she learned of the detentions. When she arrived, Stenvik said the father's car was still running and the father and son had already been apprehended. 5-year-old child, okay? An agent had taken Liam out of the car, led the child to his front door, and directed him to knock on the door, asking to be let in. Quote, in order to see if anyone else was home, essentially using a 5-year-old as bait, the superintendent said in a statement. Stenvik said another adult living in the home was outside during the encounter and had pleaded to take care of Liam so the child could avoid detention, but was denied. Liam's older brother, a middle schooler, came home 20 minutes later to find his father and brother missing, Stenvik said. 2 school principals from the district also arrived at the home to offer support. 2 school principals. These are your heroes. These are your heroes, standing up for the common good, leaving their 9 to 5 in order to start their 5 to 10 or 5 to 12, because they have to. Why? We have an out of control regime that's only held accountable by way of forward-thinking people like yourself and these folk here. Mark Prokosh, an attorney representing the family, said the family had an active asylum case and shared paperwork showing the father and the son had arrived to the U.S. at a port of entry, meaning an official crossing point. All of this is above board. Quote, the family did everything they were supposed to do in accordance with how the rules have been set out. He said, they did not come here illegally. They are not criminals. He said that there was no order of deportation against them, and he believes the father and son have remained together in detention. They are now detained together in Texas. The father, Adrian Alexander Arias, and his son are being held at the South Texas Family Residential Center, an ICE facility for families, according to the attorney. This is the 4th child ICE has taken from the same Minneapolis school district. They've been targeting them for a while. Okay? Number 4 now that we know on record. School officials said a total of 4 students have been detained by immigration agents in recent weeks. At least 1 other student is being held in Texas. And the district is, quote, working to locate 2 other students who were taken by ICE this week. ICE agents also arrested a 17-year-old on Tuesday when the student's parents were not present. And this is how it's being spun.
I actually saw this terrible story while I was coming to Minneapolis. We just left Toledo, Ohio this morning for an economic messaging event. And I see this story, and I'm a father of a 5-year-old, actually, a 5-year-old little boy. And I think to myself, oh my God, this is terrible. How did we arrest a 5-year-old? Well, I do a little bit more follow-up research. And what I find is that the 5-year-old was not arrested, that his dad was an illegal alien. And then when they went to arrest his illegal alien father, the father ran. So the story is that ICE detained a 5-year-old. Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death? Are they not supposed to arrest an illegal alien in the United States of America?
So J.D. Vance, let me get this right. They did detain a 5-year-old. Okay. Any word on why they used the child as bait to knock on doors for them? Possibly it's that new administrative policy we talked about, where you just kind of get them to open the door and you can go in without a warrant from a judge. Don't allow the politics to evaporate your soul. Regardless of your political affiliation, all of this is just wrong. You know it. You don't want any part of this. I don't care who you voted for. You don't want any part of this. This isn't what you voted for. This isn't what you said. If you voted for Trump in this administration, you did not vote for this. So we are going to keep the light on for you. Meaning we're going to continue to tell the truth, to provide encouragement, to provide love. Love for those who look like us and those who do not. Put it up. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement on their official social media account said, "You're lying for clicks yet again." ICE did not and has never used a child as bait. The child was abandoned. Now, it looks like Trump wrote this, by the way. Okay, I'm going to continue. On January 20th, ICE conducted a targeted operation to arrest Adrian Alexander, an illegal alien from Ecuador and who was released into the U.S. by the Biden administration. All of this is in contention by the attorney's statements, obviously, and a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Minnesota residents are not sitting back. Economic blackout plan to protest ICE. Complete disaster in Minnesota. Labor unions are calling on people to skip work and hit the streets to demonstrate against a swarm of federal agents in Minneapolis. All right. Sad. Jamie, thoughts here?
I'm terrified. This sort of behavior cannot be allowed to normalize. I think often, especially now, what was it like living in Germany in the 1930s? Hitler didn't come in on day one and was like, okay, now everybody, I'm ending the government that you know of. I'm starting fascism and we will be evil. He didn't declare it that way. It wasn't, these overt gigantic signs where there was a distinct line in which the democracy ended and fascism began. And nor will that happen here. It will be these incremental, terrible, egregious acts by the state against us. Don't ask not who the bell tolls. It tolls for thee, you and me. It will be these incremental acts of periodic aggression that we let slide. And then we look up all of a sudden, whoops, we got a dictatorship. And Donald Trump is staying in there. And if you're not white, you got to wear paper, or you can carry your papers or wear a star on you. So, and it's happened before. It's happened in other governments. So I'm nervous by the lack of viscera from the citizenry constantly. These egregious overreaches of power. The ISIS is, I don't even know why, the story last week, he was considering invoking the Insurrection Act. I don't know why he's bothering to do that. ISIS is already a paramilitary force. He's sticking on the streets without any sort of pushback, not much at least. So why even bother marching the U.S. military there? Because you're doing it. You're snatching up children and using them as bait. Where's your humanity? These are people, regardless of what you think of our immigration system. These are human beings. This is a human child, regardless of where he's from. Why does it matter where he's from? The state should not be abusing children. And I'm nervous about the lack of outrage. And, J.D. Vance, I don't even want to spend any time on him, but he's such a disgusting gaslight. I mean, 5 seconds ago, he called Trump America's Hitler, and now he's, anyway.
Right. Now he's kissing the ring.
Yeah.
No integrity, no actual values to define him. And that's the commonality of these individuals who said they believe this and now they believe that. The one commonality is they don't believe anything. They just have an ideology to be in power, and that's it.